Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Today we have 4 stories out of the Entitled Parents subreddit. Let's begin. Our first post is by Mimi Boys. Entitled Mom illegally drives car on bike path, gets mad at me when I say something. So I live near a bike path, and since the beginning of the pandemic I've been biking a lot. It is about 10 miles long and it is skinny, so it's not big enough for too many people. Of course, other people are also there. Yesterday I went out for a bike ride and I saw this kid biking with an SUV in front of him like an escort. They were going the opposite way, and when the car saw me, the person inside told me to get off the path so that they could get by. Now listen, there is no way cars are allowed here. Every intersection of the path said no cars, and there are poles blocking the path. She must have just pulled around them somehow. I confronted her. EM is the mom, M is me. The kid was not a big part of it, so there's just a kid. EM, pull over, I'm coming through. Me, you can't drive here. It's a bike path, it's not a road. EM, I'm escorting my kid so he doesn't get hurt or kidnapped. Move and stop blocking my car, idiot. Me, then bike with him. Don't drive in front of him, endangering everyone else. EM, just get out of my way. I'll run you over if you don't. The nerve of some people. You should just go away. Me, I'm calling the police if you don't stop driving on this path. EM, fine. I'll pull off at the next road. You don't have to be so rude about it. I pulled over and then let them by, but I followed behind them just to see what they did. A road came by, and guess what? She kept going. I was really mad now, but I just waited. Another road came by and she went by again. I decided to call the cops and see what would happen. I told the person on the phone where we were, and they said someone was coming. We were near the police station, so someone was there at the next road. The cop pulled in front of them and told them to pull off. I was far away, so I just sat back and watched her. She got out of the car and started yelling at the cop. The cop tries to calm her down, but she gets mad and slaps the cop. The cop grabbed her and put her in the car. He then said something into the radio and another cop car came and took the kid away. I left at this point, feeling happy that I got some justice. Moving on to our second story. Our next story is posted by Justin Dweeb 101, entitled Grandpa Crashes into Our Car, Then Assaults My Mother. Hi there everyone. This is my 3rd post on here, so enjoy. Also Redditors, I hope you read this. You are a god. Cast. Me, OP, EG, entitled Grandpa, M, Mom, B, brother, BF, brother's friend, PO1, police officer 1, PO2, police officer 2. So this happened last summer of 2019. My mom and I were taking my friend's brother back to his parents' house after a week-long sleepover. I was riding shotgun. I came because I needed to head into my brother's friend's house to get my retainer case, which I forgot last time I went there. Also, we had a Honda Civic until this incident. So we were about halfway there when we came to an intersection. There are cameras on the lights. This is important for later. And we were waiting for the light to turn green. And when it did, we started crossing the intersection, and when we were almost through the intersection, a trashy car, our entitled grandpa of the story, sped right into us, going almost 65 miles per hour. We swerved into the side of the road and landed with a huge jolt of force. Believe it or not, no one inside or outside the car was hurt. Not even the airbag went off, thank goodness. Though, through the side mirror I could see that the right bottom side of the car was totaled. The light was destroyed, the trunk window was severely cracked, and the bumper was dented and half off. The car's right bottom area was pretty much completely obliterated. My mom, practically getting both physically and mentally ready to gouge somebody's eyes out, got out of the car and stormed over to the entitled grandpa's car. I got out too and started recording on my phone camera. The entitled grandpa, about 65 to 70, got out of his car and approaching my mom. And we could see a 5 to 6-year-old girl, also not hurt, but also very shaken up, sitting in the back seat of the car. This is what happened next. Entitled Grandpa, look what you did, you dumb bench. You wrecked my car. My mom, look what I did? First of all, you crashed into me. Second of all, it was our green light. Entitled Grandpa, no it wasn't. Clearly not aware that 7 other cars were passing at the same time as my mom. It was my green light. I swear women nowadays have no clue on where their place is. Note that this whole time he's been slurring his words and swaying a little, clearly drunk and over the legal limit. My mom, what did you say? Entitled Grandpa, you heard me, bench. He then slaps my mom, leaving a red handprint on her left cheek, causing her to start crying. Now, I'm a pretty mellow guy, but but when somebody messes around with something or someone that means a lot to me, especially when they get physical, I completely lose it. Not caring how old this jackass was, I ran up to him, still holding my phone and recording, and shoved him, using one hand causing him to fall on his butt. May never, I mean never, lay a single finger on my mom again, you a-hole. You hear me? Before he could say anything, 2 cop cars and an ambulance pull into the scene. 2 cops are telling people to back up when the other 2 come up to me and my mom, while the 2 ambulance drivers pick up the entitled grandpa. And police officer 1, is everything okay here? Police officer 2, yeah, we got a call about. He looks at my mom. Miss, are you okay? Me, that a-hole, I point to the entitled grandpa, crashed into us, was sexist, slapped my mom. He's lucky you got here in time. My mom, yes, that's true. That's what happened. My brother, who just got out of the car. Yeah, that's what happened. Brother's friend? Following him. Yeah, OP's telling the truth. Fast forward about 10 minutes, and the police have 1. Talk to the entitled grandpa, witnesses, me, my mom, my brother, and my brother's friend, and 2. Check the recording on my phone and the traffic light footage. So the 2 officers come up to us and say, would you guys like to press charges? Me and my mom, yes. Police officer 2, entitled grandpa, you're under arrest for 4 counts of child endangerment, reckless driving, DUI, assault, lying to the police, drunken disorderly conduct, and destruction of property. He slaps the cuffs on the entitled grandpa and reads him his rights, bringing him to the squad car. Police officer 2, do you have insurance that you can present? Entitled grandpa sheepishly, no. Police officer 2, alright, then that adds to the charge, driving without insurance. The police call the little girl's parents and they came to pick her up, apologizing profusely to the police and my mom. So, long story short, entitled grandpa was 1. Sued by my parents for $55,000. They won, by the way. 2. Got his license permanently revoked. 3. Given a fine of $1,500. 4. Barred from seeing his granddaughter ever again. 5. Sentenced to 8 years in either prison or jail, can't remember which, with 5 years with good behavior. We didn't have our car fixed because my mom traded it and 25 grand for a new Porsche. So everything turned out great in the end. Thanks for reading. Moving on to our 3rd story. If you've been watching until here and are enjoying my content, please put some heart emojis in the comment section down below. Our next story is by MiRayBG. Entitled Mother Gets Bitten by a Dog She Tried to Steal and Even Got an Infection From. My friend's grandmother's neighbor had a problem with predators, wildcats, weasels, rarely foxes, and other dogs. So she bought a Turkish Kangol, a big dog, sometimes taller than human, with a painful bite and a real problem for bears. Yes, Kangol dogs are actually strong enough to fight a bear. After she bought the dog, no sheep or chickens disappeared. Some of the sheep had a few scratches, but nothing serious. I heard that some of the neighbors were jealous because they didn't have the chance to get a Turkish Kangol. One day, when the neighbor was out grazing the sheep, a woman tried to grab the dog. She didn't notice how big the dog was. The dog felt like it was attacked and knocked her back. She slipped and fell in the grass. The dog ran back to the neighbor, and the woman started screaming. Neighbor, stop screaming, you weirdo. What gives you the right to grab my dog? EM, I want the dog for my kid. Plus, this isn't a garden to graze your sheep here. Neighbor, this garden belongs to no one. I have a right to graze them here. EM, no you don't. Neighbor, just go away. EM, not before I get that dog. Neighbor, you won't. EM, just give it to me. Neighbor, no. EK comes over. EK, Mom, did you get the dog? EM, no, this rude woman won't give it to us. Neighbor, because it's not yours. EK, listen here, you better give us the dog or we'll break your head. Bulgarian insult, hard to translate. Neighbor, if you even look at the dog, I will break your teeth and wear them as a necklace. EK, just give us the dog to avoid conflict. Neighbor, how about you go away and tell your father next time he has relations with your mother to use protection without holes in it. EK, that's it. The EK knocks the neighbor over, she fell in the grass, and the EM tried to grab the Kangol dog again. The dog started barking like insane. The entitled mother gave up and started running. The dog was chasing after her. The dog finally got her and bit her very hard, and she started screaming. After everything ended, the EM had to go to the hospital because she got an infection after she didn't clean the part where the dog bit her. The sheep were scared of the EM's screams and started jumping around. One of them even ran over EK, and he fell in sheep crap. I was also run over by sheep once, and trust me, you don't want to get run over by them because it's painful. Moving on to our final story. Our final story is posted by I Am a Gua Redditor. Karen is jealous that I paid for chocolate with my money. This happened last year while I was buying stuff for Christmas Day. I was shopping on December 20th for my relatives and family members and decided to get chocolate for my friends. The cast: EM, entitled Mother, me, C, the cashier, M, the manager. So I was in the store and was able to find chocolate, but not a lot. I decided to get 3 bars for my friends since that was all I needed. Suddenly, the EM grabs the chocolate out of my hands. Me: hey, I was going to buy that. EM: well, if you look around, you could probably find some more. Me: you could too. EM: well, I'm late and I couldn't spare time. Me: well, that doesn't matter. You don't just grab chocolate out of people's hands. I proceed to take back the chocolate, go to the cashier, and pay for my chocolate. But soon after, the EM comes to the cashier and tells him to make me give back her chocolate. Sorry about the background noise. There's some douchepod speeding around through a residential neighborhood on a motorcycle. Yeah, that sounds like a totally safe and normal thing to do. Anyway, back to the story. EM points at me. He stole my chocolate and hit me. Me: you know full well I didn't do anything. EM: you did. Now give me back my chocolate that you stole. Cashier: calm down, ma'am. I'm sure there is more chocolate on the shelves. EM: no, there isn't. This guy took it all. I want to see the manager. So the cashier calls the manager and tells him to come into the store to deal with the EM. Then the manager walks into the store and talks with the EM. Manager: what's the problem, EM? EM points at me. He took all the chocolate and hit me. Me: I did not. She was the one who took it from my hands. Manager: let's check the security footage. The EM is in shock and tries to convince the manager not to check the footage. EM: no, you don't need it. I'm telling the truth. Manager: I want to see if OP is telling the truth. The security footage is checked, and what do you know? EM took the chocolate. Manager: ma'am, you're suspended from this convenience if you are going to keep doing this to our customers. So the EM got suspended, and our Christmas morning was nice. Too long didn't read. EM took my chocolate, gets caught, and then suspended. Thing I don't understand about entitled people is why are they always shocked that what they did was right underneath the camera or that the store actually had cameras? It just seems stupid because I mean, like, you know, maybe 30 years ago people didn't have cameras in stores, but now everybody does. I mean, even if you're a small convenience store, it doesn't cost very much to put cameras in there. A few $100s if you wanted to cover the entire store for cheap cameras. But I just find it strange that they assume that what they did won't be caught by anybody. Anyway, that's all the stories I have for today. Links to the original Reddit posts will be in the description box below. Please stop on by Reddit to show the OP some love and an upvote. If you enjoy my content, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded new videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day.